Welcome back to the J&B. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about a subject that every homesteader, prepper, old timer knows about, or at least should know about, and that's canning. But what irritates me the most are those who claim that they have canned for 19 years and 20 years and 5 years and X amount of years, and always, and I do mean always, state that you can only use the lids one time. Well, if they have done any type of canning, they would know, whether you hot bath, pressure cook, whatever, it doesn't really matter, that you can reuse your lids over and over and over and over. Now, take for granted, that doesn't mean when you get your lid, or time to, let's say this is a thing of pears or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Here's just vacuum sealed. That's not to say that when you get your lid that you get a spoon or a pop opener or whatever, and when you open it, I can't even get it open, you damage the outside edge. Now, if the outside edge is damaged, yes, you cannot use it. But this was I lost train of thought. This was handed down to me by an Amish family, and I've kept it to myself for several years. And my neighbor up on the hill, we were talking about canning, and I said, well, you do know that you can reuse your lids, right? And he said, yes, my wife does it all the time. He says, I try to mess them up. But going back to reusing lids, the Amish family takes and puts them in steaming water, not boiling water, and puts a teaspoon to a tablespoon of baking soda in it, which, and I quote, fluffs the seal back up. My neighbors on the hill, they just put them in boiling water, or steaming water, not boiling water. And me, I've done it both ways and really see no difference. You know, you still have your seal to non-seal ratio. I mean, you know, obviously there's going to be a few that ain't going to seal, but this is me and my opinion. I think the reason why people do not use the same lids over and over and over is because fear of the seal popping back loose. You know, there's always that chance. There's always a chance that a brand new seal in a box, let's, you know, take this one for instance, the Bernardins, or the Ball, or the Jardins. Doesn't really matter. All you got to do is look at the rubber seal, and you can tell whether, you know, okay, yeah, it may be a good seal, maybe not, but, you know, that's not chiseled in stone, because I've seen very good lids that didn't seal worth crap. Why, I don't know, but I can tell you this, and I'm sure you know it. I have a pack of Jordan lids here that was in 2002. These Jordan lids here, which was in 2014, are two totally different lids. As in, made from the same company, but manufactured a little different. As the 2002 lids here, they're thicker, They don't have the, I'll get a close-up, the 2002 lids. And the 2014 lids. I think they're 14. Let me requote that. They are made in, what was the 2002 at? They was on the 3 o'clock side of opening the box. Anyway, make a long story short, $2015, I'm sorry. These were 2015, and then these are 2002. Anyway, I'm going to open these the 2015 lids up and show you that they are a big difference in the lids. And the 2015 lids is white on the inside. The 2002 lids are silver on the inside. But as you can see, the 2002 lid is more fuller. You can actually feel the little rubber seal. It's more pronounced than the 2015 lid. And then let's open a thing of balls. These are wide mouth lid and rings. You have a, I don't know, a good sized lip on them, on the balls here. Now, to me, I think that the older, well, obviously the older lids are a whole lot better than the newer ones. I mean, you know, hands down, but they're thicker for one, versus the newer ones is like how pliable. Hope I'm in camera. How pliable that is. Little to no effort of bending the lid. The 2002 lid is more stiffer. And then these lids here, I just purchased them last year. Little to no effort to bending them. But that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is that you can reuse your lids over and over and over. Now, whether you want to take the risk of it, say, oh, well, it's going to lose its seal, it's going to, you know, my food will spoil, things of that nature. If you don't believe me, try it. If you don't want to do the entire batch, let's say, you know, you're using the All-American 921 version model. Split it 50-50. And half of your seals new, half of your seals reused. And if they lose seal or whatever, okay, well, guess what? You're just going to be eating that particular food for the next 5 days or 3 days or whatever. If nothing else, give it away to friends and family. Tell them to gobble it up. But like I said, I was wanting to keep that to myself and to, you know, a select few of people, and I have kept it to myself and a select few of people for the longest time. But I like to help people. I like to give things away to people. And with everything that's coming down the pike rapidly, and, you know, like I said in previous videos, I don't see us being here much longer, you know, I've always said 2016. I've always said something to crack off 2016. We're halfway through 2016. It's now July. You know, July the 14th, 15th, something like that, Thursday morning. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I just done a route, you know, went out and checked on the horses. And the only reason I got up so early is because the rooster was crowing. And I love to knock it in the head at times. But anyway, you can reuse your lids over and over and over and over and over. Now, you know, after the video, I got to get the food saver out and vacuum seal the rice back down. But take it for what it's worth. I said I'd never put it on YouTube and things of that nature, but like I said, stuff's cranking up pretty fast, and I'm afraid that it's going to snowball and escalate into something that no one wants, you know, for our economy, country. But like I said, take it for what it's worth. That's another way, another little tip I'd like to share with you is that you can reuse your canning lids. And like I said, I've not been canning that long. I've only been canning since 2009-ish to now. My mother's canned, her grandmother canned, you know, etc., etc., etc. And she just passed it down. You know, I was intrigued on how it was done. I've always been a survivalist, not a prepper, not a bushcrafter, not a homesteader, but a survivalist. And it always intrigued me and astounded me how you could take food, cook it, put it in a glass jar, and preserve it for years upon years. And I kept nagging my mom, you know, teach me how to can, teach me how to can, teach me how to can. And so here I am. You know, like I said, it's not, I don't have the biggest pantry in the world, don't claim to have the biggest pantry in the world. But I have things in my house, I have stuff out in the mountains. If you watch my video, the turd tubes, all it is just a 4-inch PVC pipe, cut to X length, cap, put my foods in it, capped it off, buried it. And here's another little tip I'd like to share with you. And I found this out the hard way, is obviously the mountains go up and down. Well, do not plant your turd tubes in the way the mountain's going, meaning each end. One end toward the top of the mountain, one end to the bottom of the mountain. Don't plant them that way. Plant them horizontally or against the grain. That way, when the water does roll down, it'll just shoot over top of it, less chances of it getting and building up condensation. Sounds kind of stupid, you know, you're below the frost line. See, here for me in Virginia, we got to go down 20 some inches, which is from sole of my foot to my kneecap. I have lost a few caches because when I first done it, we went out and we planted several, and we just, you know, got them in the ground whichever way we could, and then we would dig one up 1 month, you know, then we'd wait 2 months and dig the other one up. But we did a 1-year experiment, is what we did. And every one of the caches that was buried with the grade of the mountain came up bad. The ones that was buried against it or laying the opposite direction were all good. It may or may not be that way in your neck of the woods. That's just the way it happened to fall on me. And I never planted on the north side of the mountain. I always planted on the south side because that got the most sun. And the bad thing about that is the south side tends to have more rock. The north side obviously is more damp. That's where most of your plants are, you know, as in herbal and edible and things of that nature. Hence ginseng. Ginseng is prevalent on the north side instead of the south side, simply because it's damper. But take all that aside. Like I said, you know, it's just a little thing that's just every time I would hear, oh, well, you can, but you can only use the lids one time. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's like a thorn. Every time somebody would say it, it would be just a little thorn. You know, I'd chuckle, I'd laugh, say, well, okay, whatever. But at least now I'm putting it out there, and I'm a small fry. You know, I don't have thousands of subscribers. I have 40 subscribers. It's not like this information is going to go worldwide overnight. You know, I don't monetize. I don't help support my channel or anything of that nature. I'm not an e-beggar. I'm Joe. I'm a simple man, you know. But thank you for watching. And remember that you can use your old lids. Have a great day.